The Battle of Britain. In the summer of 1940, Europe had fallen under the shadow of Nazi Germany. One by one, nations collapsed. Poland, Norway, Belgium, and finally France. Only one country stood firm: Britain. Across the English Channel, Adolf Hitler prepared for what he believed would be his final victory. But before his troops could invade, he needed control of the skies. What followed was one of the most intense and decisive air battles in history: the Battle of Britain. After the fall of France, Britain faced the threat of invasion. Hitler launched a plan known as Operation Sea Lion. To succeed, the German Air Force, the Luftwaffe, had to destroy Britain's Royal Air Force, or RAF. Leading Britain at this critical moment was Prime Minister Winston Churchill, who refused to surrender. He knew that if the RAF fell, Britain would be defenseless. The Luftwaffe, commanded by Hermann Göring, was powerful and experienced. It had hundreds of bombers and fighter planes, fresh from victories across Europe. Britain's RAF was smaller, with fewer aircraft and pilots. Many were young, some barely trained. But Britain had two crucial advantages. First, they were fighting over their own land. Downed pilots could return to battle. Second, they had a secret weapon: radar. This technology allowed them to detect incoming German aircraft before they arrived. In July 1940, the battle began. German planes crossed the Channel, targeting RAF airfields, radar stations, and aircraft factories. The goal was simple: destroy Britain's ability to defend itself. Day after day, waves of bombers filled the skies, escorted by fighter planes. RAF pilots scrambled constantly, sometimes flying multiple missions a day. The fighting was brutal and relentless. Losses were heavy on both sides. Airfields were damaged. Pilots were exhausted. Britain was under immense pressure. Yet, thanks to radar and a well-coordinated defense system, the RAF held on. Frustrated by the RAF's resistance, Hitler made a critical decision. Instead of focusing on airfields, the Luftwaffe began bombing cities. This marked the beginning of the Blitz. London became the main target. Night after night, bombs rained down on the city. Buildings were destroyed. Fires lit up the sky. Thousands of civilians were killed. But instead of breaking British morale, the attacks had the opposite effect. People took shelter in underground stations. Communities came together. The nation grew more determined than ever. During this dark time, Churchill delivered one of his most famous speeches. He praised the bravery of RAF pilots, saying, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." These few pilots became heroes. They fought against overwhelming odds, defending their country with courage and determination. Every successful interception, every enemy plane shot down, brought hope to the people below. Germany's shift to bombing cities gave the RAF time to recover. Airfields were repaired. Pilots regrouped. Radar systems remained active. Meanwhile, German losses continued to rise. The Luftwaffe could not gain control of the skies. Without air superiority, an invasion of Britain became impossible. By October 1940, the Battle of Britain was effectively over. Hitler postponed Operation Sea Lion indefinitely. Britain had survived. This was the first major defeat for Nazi Germany, and it marked a turning point in World War II. The courage of the RAF and the resilience of the British people proved that even in the darkest times, resistance is possible. The skies over Britain had been defended, and history was changed forever.